I do have like a very brief rating series about a commencement address at the Ohio State University. Do you guys want to do that real quick?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the story about this?
Chris Pan chat?
Yeah, this is about the quote unquote the worst commencement address of all time. To which I got to say, this is better. This guy gave a better commencement address than anything I've or certainly participated in. R.I.P. Tim Russert or read about. But I just want to read here some highlights.
Good commencement speech?
No,
actually?
never. I mean, there's got to be at least one. There's got to be at least one that people like.
This is water.
Oh.
The lady that gave the speech at my college graduation later signed the letter blasting Jonathan Glazer for his Oscar speech. And you could really see that she was heading in that direction at that time. Not as like her politics. I was just sort of like, this lady seems wrong about a lot of really important shit. I'm like, I'm a hungover 22-year-old. I shouldn't be seeing this quite so clearly.
So this is an Ohio State University commencement speech delivered at the school on Sunday by an alum named Christopher Pan, described in a pre-graduation press release as a social entrepreneur, has made a bit of a stir for its focus on two subjects that are not generally covered in commencement speeches, namely Bitcoin and Pan's own inspirational wristband company.
That's right.
Videos posted online and coverage of the local muckraking site The Rooster documented Pan's 17-minute address in which he sang the Four Non-Blondes song "What's Up" for 60 seconds and then led the crowd in what he said was a Navy SEAL endorsed breathing technique. I mean, I don't know what would be worse, being asked to breathe like a Navy SEAL or having to listen to a Four Non-Blondes song. I guess what is this? Is "What's Up"? Is that different than "What's Going On"? That's the only Four Non-Blondes.
It's the same song. Yeah.
All right. Okay. The really annoying one. He also delivered a riff about financial, emotional, and spiritual freedom that culminated in an exhortation to invest in Bitcoin, which was met with an instant stadium-wide groaning you can watch here.
So I know this might feel polarizing, but I encourage you to keep an open mind right now.
No.
I see Bitcoin.
At the Rooster site, they have drafts of the speech that this guy was like working on, like as he turned in, and it says here, these are clips from things that were cut out of the speech. In his original draft, he has a line that says, "What if you replace the word racism with hate? That is the root problem, and it's not just racism happening. A lot of other isms too." Okay. It says here, version 8 of the speech contains some incredible content from
version 8.
Yeah, from employing students to invest in Bitcoin to this sublime footnote. And then it's like A, and it's like a footnote here, just a little note to remind himself. It says, "Move this to before the singing so those who identify as alpha males will buy in more." I would just like to point out that somebody died at this commencement speech too. Someone literally died at the University of Ohio speech. Presumably because they had to listen to this. Demonstrated the purported growth potential of the cryptocurrency by bringing Ohio State's president to the podium for a magic trick in which 3/4 changed into an oversized gold Bitcoin.
So like, this is what I like. Ever since I've started seeing clips of this, how did they choose this guy?
So this is a really good question. This is in the story, I think, right? Well,
yeah, he's a University of Ohio alum, and apparently he was bragging that he wrote this speech on ayahuasca.
So the Ohio State had like a faculty student like blue chip panel that every year recommends. There's like they start with 100 people and they narrow it down, and then they bring the list to the president. And this guy was obviously not fucking on that list. Like the list, as I remember it from the post that I read earlier today, it was like LeBron James, Joe Biden. Like it was like, it's Ohio State. You can get whoever you want. And in this case, it was this dude, the president, who apparently is also at the very least like Bitcoin curious, was kind of like, these are great names. I appreciate it. And like, honestly, it would be great to get LeBron, but I've got a guy that I think is going to do better. He does some close-up coin magic, and he sings songs from 120 minutes, and
Like,
he's like,
how are you gonna, like, you're advertising Ohio State to the planet, to the world? Like, this is what our institution stands for, and the guy you're choosing runs a fucking Bitcoin wristband company.
the wristbands are so good. That honestly makes me is like a nice little reminder to myself that I should be making sure to pay attention to Eric Adams' different commencement addresses this year, because
Yes.
like that is, it's such a weird red flag to have in it, because it's like, it's not the sort of thing where it's like, guys shouldn't be wearing jewelry, they should be eating stew or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to play that angle, but there is, when I see somebody that has got like more than one Live Strong bracelet on, I'm like, that person like is very highly leveraged and is going to try to sell me like vitamins that I don't want.
Other highlights from the speech include spending 4 minutes leading an exercise in which listeners were supposed to concentrate on generating a single word that expresses intention for their life, which not coincidentally is related to the mission of what it described in Pan's OSU bio as a company he founded that is called My Intent and prints custom intention words and phrases on bracelets. My Intent appears to be incorporated as a benefit corporation, which is a for-profit business that also has a public service mission.
So this guy is a friendship bracelet entrepreneur?
Yeah, it's a friendship bracelet entrepreneur, but he's also, well, he's diversified, Felix. That cheapens his accomplishments. He also owns Dogecoin.
Oh, okay. 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 That's a lot
the
more
sense
impressive.
that I'm getting from this is that this dude is like used to operating in like a room of 20 people, all of whom own Bored Apes. And you could fit like 100,000 people in Ohio State's football stadium. Like, this is too big a room for this dude to be in.
He also let us sing along, not just to Four Non-Blondes, but This Little Light of Mine. After the speech, the Rooster noted that Pan appears to have implied in a LinkedIn post that he took ayahuasca to help write his address. The idea that you would take one of the most powerful hallucinogens on the planet to come up with Navy SEAL breathing exercises, some close-up magic, and a plea to invest in Bitcoin. This is what the Clockwork Elves told you from like that you return from the spirit realm, and this is the revelation. You're like Moses coming down from Mount Sinai, and you're like, intention bracelets.
Yep. That kind of fits for me, honestly, that's like, you take the most powerful drug you can to have the wildest thoughts that you could possibly have. And the wildest thought that this guy can have is like, it's Bitcoin. You should just buy
Bitcoin.
Like, which is fantastic.